Hey friends, I'm sitting in Car Rider Line, so I thought I would use my time wisely to talk to you about Chapter 3, why a purpose statement is important and how to create one. So I've talked to Pastor Devon about this, and we are not, as a youth ministry, going to craft a lengthy purpose statement. For one reason, we want our purpose statement to be something that students can internalize and then live out. And long purpose statements do not accomplish that purpose. So our mission statement for the church is where disciples make disciples. Our mission statement for the School of the Arts is where disciples make disciples through the arts. And so our mission statement or our purpose statement for the youth ministry is where disciples make disciples through youth, or something like that. But the thing that I do want to point out is some of his points in this chapter are really, really powerful. For example, once we communicate God's purpose for our ministry, which I just told you is where disciples make disciples through students, you don't have to ask the why question again. We know why we're doing what we're doing, because we're trying to make disciples who make disciples through student ministry. The question is, how do we accomplish that? And currently we have Sunday school for youth, we have worship for everybody, and we're trying to get the youth one by one plugged into different ministries in the church. Right now we've got some serving in ABT, we've got some serving in children's ministry, we've got some in the nursery. We've got some who are greeters. We've got some who are ushers. So there's all different areas in which our students can serve. Page 57 says, people are selective with their time and won't expend much effort if they sense a lack of direction. So hopefully over the past several weeks, you have noticed a renewed excitement at Southport Baptist Church, and specifically in our student ministry. I'm gonna be honest with you, I have gotten to share the gospel over the past several weeks in whole group settings, but then also one-on-one with students on Sunday mornings or Wednesday afternoons. And I know Allison's gotten to do the same thing, and it's really exciting to see the way that God is moving in their hearts and in their lives. He says, page 59, if you can't get fired up about your ministry's purpose, you are in the wrong ministry. And one of the reasons that I wanted each of you to read this book and go through this discussion with me is you are part of the youth council, and or you are volunteering with youth in Sunday school or Wednesday nights, and you are a vital part of the youth ministry. Page 60 says, youth ministry is not intended to be a separate entity within the church, but one supportive element of the overall mission of the church. And that's why our mission statement focuses and mirrors so closely the church's mission statement. On page 65, this is just bonus, it won't cost you any extra. If you're afraid of other people's opinions, you are not a leader. There are going to be people in the future who say, why are we doing it that way? We've always done la 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 la. But we've got to stand firm on what the word says, and we know that the word is what changes our students. Without the gospel of Jesus Christ, we are just a social club, and we need to be gospel centered in all we do. On page 68, he says, building a purpose-driven youth ministry will take a tremendous amount of commitment, perseverance, and leadership. Just about anyone can create a purpose statement, but it takes leadership to use it to make a purpose-driven youth ministry. So the question for you this week does not come directly from the chapter, the discussion questions he wrote. It's a question that I just want you to think about and answer as a text when you finish watching this video. What are some practical ways that we can make disciples who make disciples through our student ministry? What does that look like fleshed out? One of the things that we've been trying to do on Wednesday nights and Sunday mornings is present the gospel every time we have students in front of us. And friends, we are seeing the fruit of that. We have people that we have been sending cards to. Miss Annette's been sending cards once a month to all of our regular students, our prospects, our visitors, those who aren't currently involved in other churches actively, and it's been amazing. We've had some who had never been to our church, but they were prospects that their names were given to us and their address, and so we began to send them cards, and they have started coming, and we are seeing fruit in students' lives. So what are some practical ways that we can make disciples who make disciples in our student ministry? So that's the question I want you to answer this week. Hope you have a great week, and I'll see you soon.